Subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell for more credit information. Last month, I got approved for this $25,000 credit card from Navy Fed. Now, you might say, Sherry, you have good credit, so it works for you. Just like some of you other YouTubers out there, you're only showing your results. But let me show you some results of some clients that I work with and look at their results. Now, here's Aaliyah's results. Aaliyah is only in her 20s. She doesn't have a long credit history, and she got approved for a credit card for $25,000. Last but not least, here's my client Hector, that when I worked with him, he was 4 months outside of a foreclosure. His credit score was in the 500s, and we got him in a matter of months to a 670 credit score. And from Navy Fed, he got a $23,000 credit card. Now, you might say, Sherry, I got denied for a credit card with Navy Fed, and I had a higher credit score than that, and I didn't even have a foreclosure or collection. Well, we're going to break down the secrets of the Navy Fed internal credit score in this video. Hey everyone, I hope you guys are doing well. I wanted to bring you this video on the secrets on increasing your Navy Federal internal credit score. Now, if you're new to my channel is dedicated for credit education. I'm not credit repair, but this channel will help you no matter where you are in your credit journey. So make sure you give this video a thumbs up and also subscribe to the channel. Now, I gave you some examples at the beginning of this showing actual clients that I work with and their results. Now, the reason why I did that, because sometimes you watch YouTubers, even some of you guys might watch me, and you might see certain results for that person. But of course, there's outliers in every situation. And maybe the advice that I'm giving you might work for me if I have good credit, but how does it mean that it's going to work for you? So I showed you those examples of people that I work with and showed you especially the last example of a client I work with by the name of Hector. And he actually came out of a foreclosure just 4 months before he got approved for that large credit limit with Navy Federal. So I want to break down some secrets on how you can increase your chances by increasing your Navy Federal internal credit score. Now, always remember, you guys, be careful of scammers in the comments. I'm not doing credit consultations or analyzations anymore. I haven't did them in a good while. So anybody that's telling you to, email them or, anything else for consultation with me is not me. So if you want to reach out to me, always in every video is the link to my website. You can submit your questions there if you have personal questions, and I will answer it. It goes directly to my cell phone. If you have a general question, just put it in the comment section. And if anybody's replying to you with my picture, click on the picture and make sure that the subscriber base that's here, it matches their channel. So let's jump into it. Now, Navy Federal is the largest credit union in the United States. So with Navy Federal, they are mostly dedicated to helping military families and service people and those that is connected contractors to the military. Now, I do have a video on backdoor options on getting into Navy Fed. I will leave that video in the link in the description of this video. Now, with Navy Federal, Navy Federal also have a internal credit score, but they do pull from TransUnion for your credit score. Okay, so they use their internal score and a TransUnion score. What they use is a TransUnion FICO score 9. Okay, so the FICO score model 9 does not take in accounts of collections from medical bills. Okay, so medical collections doesn't factor in. But along with using that credit score, they have their own internal score. So their internal credit score is from 100 to 450. So what they will do is take that profile and plus these other factors that I'm going to get into, and to create you an internal credit score to approve or deny you, or to give you a certain amount of a credit line for their products. So let's jump into some things you might not know, and I'm going to give you a bonus at the end that I spoke to a customer rep that I wasn't even really aware of. And this could be a reason why you guys are getting denied. As I showed you at the time, Hector only had a 674 credit score and got that large line. And he had recently had some late payments and even on a foreclosure. So this could be a reason why that last bonus. So watch the video to the end, while some of you guys may not be getting approved and you got a higher credit score and you haven't had any late payments. Now, the first thing that you guys want to always make sure that Navy Federal takes account of, that they're looking at, is going to be, do you have other relationships with other credit unions? Okay, that is important to them. So they want to see if you have relationship with other credit unions, because Navy Federal and credit unions are about relationship building. So they want to see that you have other relationships with other credit unions. Okay, so that's one. I got about 12 of these. So that's one. The second one, Navy Federal wants to see, or likes to see, that you have direct deposit with them. Even some of their products, some of their credit cards will reduce the interest rates and give you certain bonuses by having a direct deposit with them, having your check direct deposited with Navy Federal. So that is something that affects your internal credit score. Now, also, your history with other Navy Federal products. So, did you in the past have other Navy Federal products? And how did you manage that? So, say if you had pledge loans that you use, say if you had a car loan, other credit cards that you have with Navy Federal, how are you managing that? And did you pay those things on time? That is very important to them, on how you handled, and did you use their other products. Now, number 4, which is a big one that people, I never really seen them mention about this, is having larger credit lines prior to getting Navy Federal credit cards or applying for that credit card. So this is how credit cards and banks really work in general. If you have another bank that gave you a larger line, most banks are more likely to give you a larger line themselves. So for instance, say once you apply to Navy Fed, and I had this with my clients and this experience with myself. If let's say you had prior to a $5,000 credit line, let's say with just Discover, or some other banking institution, or some kind of let's say even furniture credit card account of a $5,000, that they're more apt to give you maybe a $7,000 credit limit or a larger limit, because it shows that you have a history of being able to handle larger lines of credit. Okay, so that is another part that will affect you getting a larger line of credit with Navy Federal. Now, another one, about number 5 I got, is having money in your accounts and having a savings and checking account. So this is something that's important with Navy Fed. They want you to have savings and checking accounts with them, using their products, doing business with them. So they want you to have accounts there. And of course, it's a lending institution, so they need money in to lend money out. So these are why some of these, you having really a relationship using their products is very important, because you can't lend if the money is not coming in. So that's another big one. Number 6 is the length of membership time. So how long have you been a member? That also is an effect on your internal score, but it's all of these are not written in stone. I had people that join and maybe like in 3 months they applied and they got a nice credit line, a larger credit line for Navy Federal, but they do take that into account. Another part of number 7, not being like, especially applying for credit cards, not being self-employed. That being self-employed, even sometimes being retired, could also affect the limit amount that you're being approved for, because many times being self-employed makes you look like a risk. Okay, they don't know if your employment is going to be there for a long period of time. And, are you going to be able to keep your business or really your income going? So another one that is big, that played in a big factor of Hector's approval, high income. What is your income? They ask you on that credit application for a reason. Your credit limits are determined. Lending just in general is determined on your income. So you want to look at, especially if you got a lot of debt, reporting on that credit report, what is your income? Now, one thing you got to be careful. Don't say, if that's the case, I'm just going to put down anything. You got to be careful with that, because many companies will check. Especially if you saying, I'm making 150,000, 200,000 a year. Give me the big lines. They might ask for proof. So, but always keep in mind, you may want to use your household income if you're getting child support and things like that. That contributes to your household income. So make sure you put down all your income and don't shortchange yourself, because higher income get you higher limits, but you don't want to lie. Don't ever lie, but just make sure you're accounting all your income. Okay. Another one about number 9, and this one is going to be a little technical. It's the amount of non-mortgage account balances paid down in 24 months. And you might say, Sherry, what does that mean? That means not including your mortgage, okay? Because anybody that have a mortgage, you might have 300,000, 216,000 of a balance on that mortgage account. So they're looking at non-mortgage accounts like credit card accounts, other loans. How much of a balance in the last 2 years that was paid down? Now, if you're a person that is notorious of carrying high credit card debt, your credit cards are maxed out, not a good thing. Okay, they're not crazy about that. So they don't want you to constantly not pay down your credit cards or have high loan limits or a lot of debt, especially credit cards. Your best bet, if you want to apply for a credit card with them, you need to pay your balances off to be safe. Okay, pay your balances off. And somebody might, I can't do that. Well, you need to really consider, should you be looking for another credit card right now, unless you're doing a balance transfer or something like that. But if you're just getting it and you're not really managing your credit cards right now, it might not be in your best interest until you pay that down, because they are looking at that. Okay. Number 10, and this is a big one. Months since the most recent inquiry. They don't want you to be having a lot of inquiries, and they don't like you recently having inquiries. Or okay, all right, inquire. What's the time frame from your last inquiry? And they don't like a lot of hard inquiries. So keep that in mind. If you have recently been applying for credit cards, you might need to give that a little space before you go and apply for a credit card or a product at Navy Fed, because that can impact your internal credit score. Now, number 11, this is a big one, and we're about to get to the bonus in a sec. How many new accounts that's been opened in the last 24 months? They don't like a lot of new accounts within a 2-year period. You getting any kind of new accounts, you want to minimize that. So if you have been doing a lot of getting a lot of credit card accounts, or if you're thinking about it, maybe you need to go to them first before you do all this applying, because they are looking at that. Now, here's the bonus. This is the one that the customer service rep told me. Last but not least, number 12. They saying for your check-ins or savings having overdrafts. That is something they frown upon. Now, many people, it might not mean you had a late payment or anything in any other accounts. You might simply innocently overdraft on your account. And it doesn't mean you have bad credit. You can have good credit, and that have happened to people. You just have an overdraft. They frown upon that. That could be one of the reasons that some of you good credit people that keep saying, well, how I get denied, or why my limit? You're not looking responsible because you don't know how to really handle your accounts with them. You're constantly, or you got an overdraft, and they frown upon that. That is a no-no. So here's the secrets on increasing your internal credit score. And also, you guys, at my website, I have hard inquiry removal packages for you for absolutely for free. So you can mosey on over there and you can download that package and use that if you're one of those people that have a lot of hard inquiries. So hopefully this video is helpful, and I hope to see you guys in the next one. Stay tuned.